Hey guys, it's joining match in progress here. A little behind, I gotta update some stuff. This is Jonah's on the bottom, Luke's on the top. They're both playing for, this is a win and then playing for the last playoff spot. So it looks like Luke is off to a quick start with Disciple of the Vault into Arcbound Ravager. Jonah has lots of mana and an edge oracle. I'll get these things adjusted here. Shortly. Okay. Alright, looks like we've got Stasis Cocoon going on the Ravager. Can't sack things to it, and it can attack or block. There is yeah, I would say Luke may actually want to sack it in response just to get a Disciple trigger, and he does. So Luke has Fireteam Obliterator. He's 1 mana short, but I don't see much of an answer right now. Jonah, he's got nowhere near casting Spine of Ishah. Mephitic Ooze, Kark, Clan Arrow. So he has stone nothing right now. But 1-2 lands unlocks a lot, it seems. Jonah has Darksteel Ingot next turn into Gilded Lotus. Or just into Etched Oracle. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. There's a lot riding on Luke being able to cast that Obliterator. And he draws a 7-drop. That's not ideal. And by not ideal, I mean probably the worst card he could have drawn there. It's pretty interesting, though, that Staff of Domination. That's a good thing to do with your Gilded Lotus mana. Jonah didn't draw a land, so he actually can't cast Gilded Lotus. He could Etched Oracle for 3/3. He's going to cast the Mirrodin Tanadon. So he could have cast Sword of Feast and Famine. Nothing to equip. So okay, this is interesting strategy here. Jonah does drop to 12 life total, relevant against this black deck, and draw Kadoltha Forge Master. That's brutal. Can't find a 4th land. Luke can't find a 4th land either. 5th mana source. A Staff of Domination is a great answer to the Obliterator. It's like whoever gets that going, Sword of Feast and Famine is pretty huge beating against a mono black deck. Luke misses again. Yeah, this is gonna be Jonah's game here, I think. It's the mana screw. Yeah, so winner of this match makes the playoffs. Get the last spot at 3 and 4. Hunter 7-0 with Black Green Birthing Pod. I 6-1 with Blue White Control. Chris 4-3 with Red White Battle Cry, and the winner of this match will be 4th place. Here's a Pentad Prism. I guess that'll eventually get him to Gilded Lotus. So he's gonna equip his sword and untap his lands. He could just cast a Gilded Lotus right now. He'll probably cast a staff instead. This is an attack for 7. Luke drops to 8. He's gonna discard. Pretty immaterial what he discards. Hasn't discarded anything yet. Staff gains 1 life. I guess he just putting this historical into play. Just as a 3/3. It's probably just gonna. Oh no, okay, he is gonna use up the prism to go to Lotus and cast a staff. I think that's the right play, actually. Yeah, so now Phyrexian Obliterator. There's Luke's drawing dead here. There's nothing that can save the day. He's just too far behind. Of course, now the swamp shows up. So you can cast a 2/2. Or no, that's a 1/1. I lied. He can cast a 5. He can cast a do nothing, or he can cast a 5/5. No, those things are terrible. I guess Arcanine Crusher is actually pretty terrible. But they're not good enough to beat this board, so I believe we're about to see a concession. Mephitic Ooze was the discard, which is extremely irrelevant. No, I was assuming a concession there because he revealed his hand. Or, yeah, Jonah, they put the wrong person. Alright, there we go. Jonah takes game 1 on the back of Luke's deck, not giving him a 4th land until it was way too late. We're now going to go to the sideboards. This is... Alright, so Jonah has stuff. I think Slice and Twain probably good. Doesn't really have any straight up answers to what's his face. Sorry, it's late. Phyrexian Obliterator doesn't just have any random kill spell. Yeah, I like Slice and Twain, and not much else really. Doesn't have much to board in. Luke has Reaver Demon, pretty good late game play. Sheoldred. I think he wants to go big, despite the way last game went. I see trying to bring in some of these expensive creatures. Try to go from there. Have some late game. Might board out Grasp of Darkness. There's not a lot of targets. Might want to. The Crocodile and Ironworks engine is pretty good once it gets going. Even though it was pretty weak there. I guess he kind of like Composite Gold maybe in this matchup. I don't know. Let's see how the players sideboard. Yeah, both players still in the sideboarding process. Yep, I will be back shortly. Jonah's ready. Luke's still on the sideboard. Alright, here we go. Both players keep on 7. Luke has turn 1 Vault Scourge. He did keep Grasp of Darkness. Does kill Urabrask the hidden, actually, so there's a target. We could see. Jonah has Gilded Lotus, 3 more lands, Deconstruct. Pretty good in this matchup. Revoke Existence. He's got a lot of artifact removal. Conveniently, Luke has Nim Death Mantle and Icy Manipulator. He's going to get in with the Vault Scourge. He could cast his Nim Death Mantle, or he could leave up Grasp of Darkness. I don't think there's a ton of things he's real afraid of. But yeah, he's just going to leave it up anyway. I guess it keeps Inkmoth back. Presumably. It seems super greedy to attack here and to open mana. Luke draws another Swamp. So he can basically attack with his Vault Scourge with impunity. He'd be more than happy to grasp Inkmoth Nexus if it goes to block, and there's really no likelihood of that happening. And here comes Vault Scourge. And the damage is dealt. Icy Manipulator, pretty sweet magic card. An old one, what a good one. Altar's Light, another. So he's got 3 artifact removal spells. Oh wow, Inkmoth getting aggressive. This has to get grasped, right? Stone Raining your opponent is good, usually. That's a pretty big problem. Now he's further from this Gilded Lotus. Leaden Mirror is the draw. All these artifacts are going to get blown up. Is what it looks like. I guess Altar's Light has not been reprinted. It's interesting. I think it would be. Vault Scourge is getting in there. We're going to see Nim Death Mantle and Leaden Mirror here. Yep. So, Nim Death Mantle is a card we don't see too often. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, Intimidate, and is a black zombie. I think it just got deconstructed, so I'm not going to bother explaining what the rest of the card does. There's a lot of text. So deconstruct happens, but the mana is just going to fizzle. Luke draws another Swamp. Since this is an attack for 2, which is better than an attack for 1, I suppose. Luke can attack for 2, play a land, play the Icy Manipulator, and tap the plains during Jonah's upkeep. Which will probably not actually be relevant, but you never know. It's technically the correct play. So I looked away for a second. It looks like Icy Manipulator was cast and was revoked. Luke just chipping away. But now here comes the Gilded Lotus and a sword. Well, he's going to need to draw action. That Urabrask is going to get him. Mirror Retriever. I can bring back Nim Deathmantle. It's not fabulous. It does speed up his Nim Deathmantle on the Volscourge isn't terrible. I think he might be able to get there. Flying. Although there's Altar's Light to take care of it. Luke's draws have been really brutal this match. Like, drew no lands last game and just draw no action this game. I think he's played fine. There's a Wayfarer's Bauble. It's pretty irrelevant here. We're just going to see Urabrask equip sword. Attack. Get jumped. And then we'll bring back the Nim Deathmantle. And that'll let Luke get in for 4. But he's going to need more than that. Oh, Jonah's not casting Urabrask. Wonder why. Even if he's not attacking with it, like, at least you could put a 4/4 in the flow just to give touch from black. Luke draws another swamp. Maybe he's hoping that Luke will attack with everything, and then he'll be able to get a hasty sword hit. It's not completely unreasonable. I think we've seen Urabrask actually cast this entire tournament. Yep, here's the attack for 3. Altar's Light is going to get the Mirror Retriever. And he can crack the bauble with the Gilded Lotus. Jonah's still at 9. He tries Elish Norn. Praetors are incoming, folks. Forgot to crack the bauble, so it doesn't matter. Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite. Yeah, that's a good magic card. He's going to equip sword, because why not? We got a 6/9 Elish Norn. Protection from black. Luke, if he boarded in Shieldred, that is actually a super good draw here. Can't think of much else that gets him out of this. Composite Golem. That can chump block, I guess. Yeah, he's gonna cast it. That folks is a 6 mana 2/2. I would describe that as not ideal. Luke could still get there with Consume Spirit. I think that's one way he could get out of this. In fact, Elish Norn has Vigilance. He can't even get in for 2 with a Composite Golem. Yeah, this is just ugly. This is an attack for 12. It is a 3-turn clock, just barely. Luke takes all the damage, going to 13. If he can hit, like, removal spell for Elesh Norn and then Consume Spirit. Or he can draw another swamp. So should Luke chump block or should he go to 1? The last turn it was pretty clear he should take the damage. Here if he goes to 1, he still dies to Urabrask. Jonah finally remembered to sack this Wayfarer's Bauble. Grabs an island. Now Luca's gonna take it. He goes to 1. He has to draw something really fantastic here. Even now, like, removal spell doesn't win the game. Correct clan, Ironworks. Yeah. And that'll do it. Jonah wins 2-0. Not the greatest games. But Jonah will yeah, I think that's it. I'm falling asleep over here. Gonna stop the recording. We'll be back with the playoffs.